Again, we're in the second week of April. Okay, we've rolled on a good few months now since you started here first, and you're maybe about a week away from milking. All going well.
All going well.
And I suppose maybe for the video here, we were hoping maybe just discuss from your farming, you're milking a good few cows here, but also you've been a project manager here now as well, and maybe the journey that you've had over the last few months and balancing how to, I suppose, milk your cows day to day, keep the farm going, but also keep a large building project going. So I suppose we were just maybe going to discuss a bit of that today if we could, and where the challenges were and maybe what lessons you learned and what farmers could learn from it.
A lot of stress. There was a lot of planning in it, and even with the best plans, things don't go according to plan at times.
Yeah.
And that it's just the environment we're in with building and builders and various things like overruns and time delays are just commonplace now.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the North 6s and North 7s and the housing, trying to get tilers and plumbers.
Yes.
But it's even down to that now in the farm situation.
Yeah. So I guess originally you would have liked to have been obviously milking here, be ready for milking or ready for calving there in late January, early February.
That was the plan.
Yeah, and that reality soon was different, I suppose.
No, it got delayed due to
lots of different things.
Lots of different things. Like, it was basically down to help with a lot of help is just the problem with every walk of life.
Yeah, yeah.
And
that's day to day running the farm.
Yes, it was a problem on the farm as well.
Yeah.
In that this if it was up and running, particularly this spring, would have helped our workload. But we had a massive workload because with our numbers, on a 25 unit, it's just taking milking is eating up our whole day.
Yeah.
But and with calving and everything, it was totally the wrong time to have a project like this on.
Yes.
And that it added a lot to the stress of it.
Yeah. I suppose the main thing is you had a 25 unit parlour to work in the interim. You had your old parlour.
Yes, it's really in the last, I suppose, since the 1st of March on that it became pressurised in when the numbers.
Yeah.
Well, at the start they wouldn't have made a whole pile of difference.
Yeah.
But it was a rough March, but we were very fortunate that we had very good weather in February and the start of March. I know we got our second winter then after that.
Yes.
But all in all, it could have been worse. But it's a project really that has to be started very early.
Okay, and that's that 12-month period, I think, and Dairy Master have said that as well a number of times.
You would want to be breaking the sod now to be going for next year.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And you would have to keep pushing and trying to keep timelines. You need whoever you line up to do it, you would want to make sure there's someone that are handling large projects and have good help
and have capacity
and have the capacity to get through it.
Okay, so let's discuss the role of you're obviously running the farm and you were the project manager again. If you were doing this again, would you be the project manager, or do you think you might have got someone else to do that?
If I could get someone else to do it, it would be definitely the way I'd recommend a person to go.
So what pressure would they have taken off you, or what would they have solved, do you think?
It would give myself more time to just observe things. And that what I found that you're making fast decisions, you were under pressure with the workload, and it was hard to get time to get little nitty. There was a simple thing like the teeth spray now. I just didn't get the time to observe where it was being fitted, and it was fitted alongside the descalers and the detergents. And look, it's probably working fine in some places, but I would prefer to, and I got him to move it away from that, and that I'd be afraid of an operator, and sometime that one of us would be on holidays or something, that a mishap that they could put it into the wrong container. Just small little issues like that, if it was a few years ago and there was plenty of help on the farm that you could stay full time nearly at it.
Yeah.
it would be fine. But in present circumstances, like in our situation here, like as most people are going to a Rotary, they're overloaded
Yeah.
with what they have.
Yeah.
And it's you're in a pressure situation, trying to do an extra. What's a lifetime job like?
Okay.
That lifetime decisions.
Okay.
And budgets would be the other thing, like in that, like trying to keep budgets on target, like and.
So how would they have changed in reality? Say from in this that 10 to 12 month period, how would they have changed, or what were you dealing with?
It was actually. It wasn't as mad as I thought, but I probably a 30% increase.
Yeah.
Like I would have been kind of budgeting for 2025 due to things going 2025 in the 12 months before it. I know they're very.
And when you say 2025, what do you mean by that?
2020, like a lot of products have increased an awful lot in price.
To 20 to 25% is, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
but you,
financially wise.
yeah,
like.
okay, yeah. You saw increases maybe of up to 30%.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah, like yes, I had the parlour tied down. I will say Dairy Master. Fairness, like the deal was done, the spec was done, and like everything was fine on that side of it. But you've all little nitty gritties, air compressors, plumbing, heaters,
All those
various little
consumables, yeah. Smaller items.
little extras, and like they're all they all would be. So 08 was the first time I spoke to you on this project.
Yeah.
And I would think 45-50% I'd say an increase. I'd say from if a project was done in 08.
2018?
Oh, so 2018.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah, that's it.
Like that's the that was the biggest worry through a project like this was the. Was to ensure that there was enough to finish it out, the project.
Yes, having enough finance in place is key, obviously, for that.
And that like when you get the big projects like this, like any finance, like it takes a few months, not a few weeks.
Yeah, to get your finance in order.
To get your finance in order.
Yeah, and having a contingency then as well, obviously, just for the last few months has been critical.
And the big issue is that like any finance, like if it's drawn down within a 3-month period, or could be shorter with some institutions, you're starting all over again.
Yeah, yeah, which isn't a nice place to be when you have a big project started.
No, like it can be another big issue, like.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
like it is like that's why I would say that a project like this, like well, we got the we're very happy with your services. Like we definitely have the right site, and it wouldn't have been the site that I would have picked. But like all that was very important. At least we had the footprint right in the first place.
Yeah. And if we start, say, so just briefly on the key aspects of the project, your groundworks, getting that started early, you had a lot of rock to move. The lesson out of that was having, I suppose, somebody with a capacity in big gear.
Definitely. We had a lot of limestone here. Like there was a 52-ton machine from April to October.
Yeah.
Like removed a lot of rock.
Yeah.
And
that was even with big gear from Green Valley.
That was with big gear, like that. Like I noticed it's an awful difference compared with my housing project in 2017 and 18. We would have started with that rock that time, and we would have been using 20-ton machines. But the difference in capacity with the 35 and 50-ton machines, like it's a no-brainer. You just wouldn't put a small machine at a project like that.
Did you save money by being able to crush rock and use it in stone? Do you think that was a help to you?
It was a help, but it still was an expensive site.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if the site that you remove the topsoil and buy in your limited amount of stone and put it on it is the cheaper option.
Yeah.
But we had no choice here. Like this like we twisted and turned it, and look, it was the best site for it, like due to the fact that we had so much spent on housing. Yeah. And in 17 with an 18 and 20, like with a large housing project that we were tied to this area then.
So Groundworks done. I suppose your builder then, Brian Quinn.
Brian Quinn.
Obviously, like a lot of builders, are all under pressure at the moment to get jobs done for farmers.
And
So having someone that can stay on site and
yeah,
having experience like Brian had obviously was a big help.
Like the issue was that there was other projects coming into the autumn time when I need those builders. You have a lot of cattle housing projects that need to be finished off.
Yeah.
And like that all eats into time.
Yeah.
Like you really want to be, like to now you want to be starting.
Yes.
A project like that, like.
Yes. So like you've had a builder on site on and off for months, really, haven't you? Just on the various stages of it. Brian has been on site.
He would have been with us for the full month of October, September and October, I'd say. He was with us. He went from us then and came back for the full month of February. And there would have been, I suppose, there's nearly 4 months' work. Oh, sorry, he was with us last January and February for the tanks we're standing on.
Okay, yeah. Year and a half ago nearly.
There was he was with us for the month of January and February doing the first doing the tanks.
Yeah.
And he would have been with us in August for a fortnight doing tanks for water.
Okay.
There's a lot of
huge time
for the builder, like a lot of tedious work. It takes a lot of man hours.
Your concrete supplier then, where did you get the concrete from?
It was all got from Duke and Ballyhale Ready Mix.
Yeah, okay. They're not far from here, so obviously that was a big help.
2 local suppliers.
Yeah, you could get concrete quickly enough.
Yeah, there was never an issue on concrete.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the shed then. Dwyer Steel. Obviously, a lot of experience as well.
Yeah, very happy. They were very timely. And
so from the time of ordering to when it was erected, or pricing wise, were the prices stable, or did you have to take a bit of a hit with inflation?
There was a bit of inflation. I locked in, I'd say, in I think it was April or May. I locked in. And I put an extra bay onto it a month later.
Right.
And it cost 2,500 extra that time just to get an extra bay onto it.
Okay.
Like that's the sort of way things moving at that stage.
For the equivalent bay that.
For the it was initially at a price for the 6 bays, and I took it down to 5 bays. And like when things were planned out, it was realised that it wouldn't have been able to function right inside in it.
Okay.
It would have been too tight.
Okay, that's fine.
So we put it back on, but very happy with wires. Like they have doors and that now yet to finish.
Yeah. So Martin, then I suppose on to Dairy Master, then your machine supplier. The key periods for, I suppose, when they were here. Started when?
They started with a very large team in I'd say the very first week in December.
Yeah.
And they worked for the full month with us, and they basically had all the physical work inside, including the milk silo was delivered as well.
Yeah.
And all the physical side was done inside in 1 month. Then it got slow. With electronics and that.
So what on that alone, say, what did you learn from that? If you were doing a second rotary again, what did you learn from that in terms of being ready for them, or was it, having a good electrician to support them, or having enough concrete poured in front of them, or anything there that you would have learned that comes to mind?
We'd coordinate the builder to put the concrete into the platform, and there was a large team required to float. It's a dye product that was put into it. You need a lot of help for that.
Yeah, and that was your responsibility to have that.
Yes,
in place in reality.
Like there's on the builder to do that. But the other master looked after everything else themselves. The electrician didn't really come into the fierce pile at that time.
Okay.
And that was. It was from that time on then that the electrician was taking wirings to isolation switches for different motors or different places.
Okay.
but a lot of work on the electrician side of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that your own electrician outside Daily Master, like, it's another big one.
Was that hard to budget for that?
Next to impossible.
Yeah.
Probably if you could come and see a project like this now, maybe, and probably if that electrician was doing another one now, he'd have some chance.
Yeah.
But we were kind of on the unknown with a lot of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Between your Daily Master side of it, you had Michael White's done on the pumps for the water.
Yeah.
Like I suppose we've done a good few things different here as well. And that we've done a lot to try and get more uses out of water.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's a lot of extra pumps and a lot of electrics.
So it's fair to say, you know, Michael White was your plumber, but it's fair to say it's hard to budget for what that's going to cost for a project like this when you have, you know, it's hard to ignore ideas that come into your head as the project progresses, I suppose, and having extra water points and.
It would be easier for people going forward, I think, in that there's more of these projects done, and through the likes of yourselves, that if you had a template that you were following, it would be easier. In that our issue here was we'd 90% of what we wanted to do, but there was still things as you go along that you would.
Your wish list or your want list.
Like it is like the crush there. We were very lucky there. We were fortunate. We nearly put in a herringbone crush until that I found that I think it's from yourselves actually that they don't work well or work fine coming from a herringbone.
Okay.
But when cattle get used to the rotary and heifers that only go on to rotary won't line up right in it. So we went with the idea of 2 small crushes that we can have one loading while the vet is testing the second one.
Okay.
And we hope that will work well.
The plumbing side again, say then, how many key visits were there from Michael White's team? Was he here over 2 key periods, 3 key periods, or how did that pan out? A lot of calls actually. It's just like Michael, very stretched. You know, a lot of work on. A lot of different projects on at the time. But it possibly, if it was a dead right template, it probably could be done in 2 or 3 phases. But the first phase was basically after the outer ring being done, after the ring wall. For the turntable, we put an outer ring for the high volume washer. Yeah. And ran a lot of circuits before the finished floor was done on the outside of it. Like there was probably 3 days or 4 days with a team at that. Okay. When Daily Master was spending that first initial month doing the inner part of it, they came at that stage and did the pipe work before it got closed off overhead to do the rotating boom. But like that big work now, they had to come when the builder came back in February to do the outer section here. He did the outer ring of pipe work. There was another 3 days, I suppose, in that. And there's possibly a week, I'd say, of work for him to finish now. And that's a commissioning phase there. You're a week to 10 days away from hopefully milking. So I suppose it's fair to say that there's commissioning required on a few aspects. Plumbing is one there, as you said.
Plumbing is the big one now at the moment.
Yeah. Electrical, is there much to do on the electrical side?
There's not too bad. There's still a lot. In fairness, I'd say he'll be ready as they are ready.
Yeah. You have the main power is connected, is it, into the fuse board?
The main power is connected to the fuse board, but we're on the old system.
Right. So is there a changeover required, or DSP needed to come out?
We were looking for a new connection, but due to the price, the way ESP and that has gone, we're actually going to go the generator, standalone generator, and with the view of going solar panels with the existing down the line. But we're going to wait and watch that spot for a year or two, and
Fine. Yeah.
but, we've variable speed motors put for everything, but the power requirement is probably going to be very high. That would push us into the commercial rates,
Okay.
and for that reason,
Yeah.
we're going with the generator for a short period,
Yeah.
and with the solar panels that we'd get
Keep your options open.
that we'd get our requirement down again.
Okay. So there's obviously some gates from Donovan's as well, I think, to be fitted.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are actually being delivered tomorrow now, and hopefully being fitted tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah.
We've actually, there's actually doors, and we're going with a mesh, as you'll see later, for these two lower gates, and that I'm afraid of wind.
Yes. Okay.
Like in that we're a little bit elevated here, and
It's a
like
health hazard, yeah.
a large gate, a fully sheeted door would be dangerous.
So your backing gate that's right beside it, that needs to be commissioned, or has it run yet?
There's just the last bit of duct has to be done to
Yeah.
take the power to it, but it's 90% there.
Yeah, and that there's a bit of commissioning and all that. Your feed bin, your augers are in.
The
Your feed bin from Spire
augers
Feed?
are in.
Yeah.
The second feed bin will be put in when we decommission the old parlour.
Right.
So we'll have to be up and running here first.
Yeah.
And there's going to be two different types of feeds being fed here.
Yeah.
But we'll be initially be able to start with the one.
Okay.
Spire Feed fitted that. That was only a couple hours of a project for them.
Yeah.
But very pleased with it. Like, they have plenty of site classes, and they have the inspection on the side of it, which will be safer if it has to be used down the line.
So Dairy Master provided the project manager in Padraig.
Padraig, yes,
Yeah.
it was a big
So
help.
it's a big support for you.
Big support, yeah,
Yeah.
a big knowledge, all right.
Yeah. And say you as the project manager, was the reality you always needed somebody on site here? Say you or your son on site to manage it day to day, or
Not really like not for Dairy Master.
yeah,
Like
with the wider project.
They were well able to, and they would query if there was any questions, like they came, and but like they were very organised that way.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like we would have a daily meeting, as such, just to see what they were planning and doing, and just like on that.
And was that something you did often? Have get all the key project people in together, or did you just meet them as individuals and then try and pull it together?
It was meet them as individuals. Due to circumstances, it was next to impossible to pull them all together. Well, the builder was gone off a site here before Dairy Master came in.
Yeah.
And like due to everything running a little bit later, see everyone due to the stuck to other in other projects, like the time and matching up dead on with everyone.
Okay.
But it wasn't that we had overlapping.
Yeah. I
But,
suppose just to summarise, so Martin, it is project managers are common, I suppose, for people with houses and stuff like that, or in the wider commercial industry. But it's maybe for farmers, and I know it's not easy to get somebody, but not to rule it out for a large project.
I would see the big benefit.
Yeah.
Like I did make things easier now, and it was one of the reasons I went with Dairy Master, because the milk tank was with him, the backing gate was with him, that showed a whole lot tying in together.
Yeah.
Like that would have added to more complications if there were different sources. There's heat exchangers now, and that's true Dairy Master as well going in. But
time being a massive one then as well. That whatever you think it is, you might want to double it. Like, if you're not to underestimate.
A project like this running right would take 9 months.
Yeah, 9 to 12 months probably.
Like, and you could nearly be called it like it's going to take 12 months in most cases.
Yeah. Okay. Managing the finances then is another challenge, obviously, in the budgets. Keeping control of that.
Yes, with what has happened in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully it might be different going forward.
Might settle.
But it was one of the big worries I would have had.
Yeah.
Going through, because I think there's, when this tank was standing on here, it was January 2022 that my builder came back here and informed me the first day that all concrete was up 14%.
Yeah. So what did a cube of concrete cost then relative to now, roughly? Any idea?
I couldn't answer that.
Yeah.
No, it was got,
Okay.
like it was got through the builder.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
But it jumped from 2020. To my knowledge, it has changed 4 times.
Mm.
I wouldn't be sure the percentages now, but it's probably 35 to 40%
Yeah.
more expensive.
Yeah.
And mightn't be stopped at that.
Yeah.
Steel was the other big one.
Mm.
Rebar. I think that January 22 now was the time that things were going. Like, I think it was February. It jumped 30% one
Yeah.
night.
The time of the war probably there in Ukraine as well didn't help.
It was. I suppose it was around that time or just before it.
Mm.
It was. Yeah, it would have been that time, I suppose. But 30% one night.
Yeah.
It jumped the rebar.
Okay.
But but hopefully we won't see the likes of that. But
Yeah.
but like I never in my lifetime see double-digit increases to that.
Yeah, and it's become part of the norm, unfortunately. But hopefully it'll settle.
And see the other thing now as well is that interest rates have been moving as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like which on the larger projects make a big difference as well.
It does, and your input prices not dropping as fast, and maybe your milk price dropping as well. So there's challenges there.
Well, 2022 you would have to say was a good year in milk.
Yeah.
But 23 is taking a very is turning as fast as 22 jumped up. It appears to be jumping down as fast now.
It is. Yeah. So look,
Well,
it's a project you've survived anyway, and you're coming out the other side, and you're nearly there. So
Nearly
it'll be a
there.
big relief to you, and we'll probably come back there just before you start, or maybe shortly after you start. So it'll be interesting to see that turning with cows.
I'll be happy to see it getting dirty.
You'll enjoy that first couple of days, or after the first couple of days anyway. There'll be a
Well,
bit of persuasion maybe to get cows on, but
Well,
you'll suffer that fine.
every person I was speaking to that was coming from our situation said the milking was faster with that trouble than it was in the old setup.
Yeah, true. It's a good way to finish it, yeah.
So, we'll like to have that pressure sooner the better.
For sure. All right, Martin. We'll chat again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.